and welcome to EllAstrology, and today I'm going to tell you guys why I think Aquarius is the most humanitarian sign out of all the signs in the zodiac. Aquarius is the 11th sign in the zodiac. Aquarius is an air sign, which basically means they are stimulated by ideas. Being ruled by air, ideas is what really gets them going over their emotions, practicality, and their passions. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus and also co-ruled by Saturn. Aquarians are known to be futurists, and these people tend to live in the future. So when you meet an Aquarian person, you'll always find that person talking about the future and what's to come in their future. It's very rare to find an Aquarius person who lives in the present, as they're mainly thinking about what's going to be happening in the future. They're also very futuristic, and they're really good with technology. They're able to adapt and adjust themselves with any kind of new technology that is out there, and they'll be able to get it just like this. Technology is not really something that they struggle with, and it's a concept that they can instantly grasp. And because Aquarius rules the future and technology, it also rules over the technological advancements of the future. I'm sure most of you know that we are in the age of Aquarius right now, and the age of Aquarius basically represents the rapid advancement of technology. And that is basically what we are experiencing right now, and it goes hand in hand with the signs and the symbolisms represented by Aquarius. You will find that a lot of Aquarian people are in the IT profession, or a lot of them are in some kind of profession where they have to make use of technology to assist them with their work. Aquarius is an extremely eccentric and unconventional sign, and these people love to shock other people. These people do not want to be normal, and they actually despise being called normal or ordinary. If they know that they are the most interesting person in the room and that they have shocked everybody around them, that is when they're happy. They prefer to have unconventional relationships and friendships with people, and their interactions with people are not ordinary whatsoever. They could even have some really strange relationship dynamics in the relationships that they have that's completely unknown or foreign or just completely weird and taboo to most people. Aquarians also tend to be a little bit unpredictable, and you never really know what this person is up to, what this person is thinking, and what this person is going to be capable of. Because Aquarians love to be different and they love to be unconventional, they really put a lot of effort into dressing extremely eccentrically. So they want to be sure that they look and dress completely different, and that they also look and dress in a way to shock the people around them. They do not want to look like everybody else, and they want to be a complete unique human being. Aquarians also love to express themselves through the way they dress, and they love to express their unique, eccentric personalities through their fashion sense. These people are known to be non-conformists. They do not like to follow the rules, they do not like to follow authority, and they pretty much like to do whatever it is that they want to do. Aquarians believe in individual freedom, and they believe that each and every person should be allowed the freedom that they want. And this freedom includes the ability to do what they want, to say what they want, to dress however they want, and to be in relationships with whoever they want to be. It is extremely rare to find a conforming Aquarian. They also believe that each and every person has the right to their own opinion. However, Aquarius is a fixed sign, which basically means they are very fixed in their habits, fixed in their opinions, and in their beliefs. And it is very difficult to get an Aquarian to change their mind, to change their habits or their beliefs. However, this does not mean that they do not appreciate the unique ideas that other people have. One of the main things Aquarius believes in is that every single person has the right to believe what they want to believe in their own opinion. And they actually appreciate it when they meet people who have unique beliefs, unique perceptions and opinions. Although the Aquarius might not change their beliefs to suit the other person's, they do appreciate the individuality and the uniqueness of the other people. The best way to recognize an Aquarian is to look for the person who's calling everyone their friend or their best friend. To an Aquarian, everyone they meet is their friend, and they want to be friends with everyone. So if you ever want to test if somebody is an Aquarian, mention a person that you know the Aquarius knows, and then the Aquarius will answer with something along the lines of, "Oh yes, I know Sally. Sally is one of my best friends." Even though the Aquarian might only have met Sally 1 or 2 or 3 times, they'll still refer to them as one of their best friends or one of their good friends. Aquarius tends to refer to everybody they meet and get along with as a good friend or a best friend. Aquarius is the sign that represents friendships, and these people truly do value their friendships and the people that they connect with in their life. These people also have a very secret, deep need to feel accepted by other people. And a lot of Aquarian people will often feel like they cannot connect with people, or they're not good enough for friendships and relationships. And for this exact reason, because they feel so estranged and so disconnected from most people, the people that they do connect with and the people that they do have friendships with, they really, really cherish and they really, really value those people. I have Aquarius friends, and when I do not talk to them on a daily basis, they get extremely upset with me. The reason for this is because they really value my friendship and they really value the time that I give to them. It can be a little bit challenging sometimes when I'm busy and my Aquarius friends want me to pay attention to them, and it's very difficult to get them to understand sometimes that I'm busy, although even though I'm busy, I still do value them, I still do love them, and they're still just as special to me. I just might not be able to give my attention to them right then and there. Sometimes my Aquarian friends can take this the wrong way, as they see it as, if you are my friend, you will pay attention to me. You will give your attention to me now. But a very important thing to bear in mind if you are an Aquarian is that people have their own lives as well. People have their own beliefs, people have their own duties and their own responsibilities. And just because people are taking care of their own lives, taking care of their own beliefs and their responsibilities, does not mean that they value you any less. People still do value you. People still do care about you. But just because people can't always make time for you does not mean that they don't value you as much. Aquarius is a sign that really, really puts friendships above everything else. And they will basically stop whatever they're doing right now to be there for a friend. And that's what makes Aquarius completely different to any other sign. Aquarius usually puts friends and their friendships before themselves. Aquarians are also extremely deep thinkers, and they're very analytical thinkers. These people love to solve mysteries and they like to get to the bottom of things. Because they have such analytical, discerning minds, they're able to figure things out and they're able to come up with concepts that most people have not thought of. These people can also get bored extremely quickly, and they need to constantly keep themselves stimulated by new ideas, new events, new activities, as well as new people. Aquarians can also stay focused on one thing or one person. However, this thing or person has to be extremely interesting to keep the Aquarian's attention on them. A lot of people say that Aquarians seem cold and distant. However, I really do disagree with this. Personally, a lot of the Aquarians I've met are some of the most deepest, caring people I have ever met in my life. The reason that they seem cold and distant is because, like I said earlier, they do struggle to really form connections with people and to open up to people, and they tend to kind of keep themselves guarded until they really, really know you. One thing I can say though is that an Aquarian will be extremely observant and extremely interested in you if they are interested in you. But with an Aquarian, it's either hit or miss. It's either they're completely interested in you 100% and they find you to be this extremely fascinating person, or they just find you to be extremely boring. When they are interested in you, they will give so much attention and time to you that it's actually overwhelming. But the tricky part is to get the Aquarian interested in you, because if they're not going to be interested in you, they are going to come across as cold and distant. Just like their fellow air signs Libra and Gemini, Aquarians do tend to have a very scattered attention span, and they get distracted extremely easily. They also tend to spread themselves very thin, and they get involved with a lot of different things or a lot of different people at once. Aquarians also tend to be very impersonal. So if you know an Aquarian or you're in a friendship with an Aquarian, they might not tell you a lot of personal things about them, and they might not go very deep into their own personal feelings. However, when they are in love and when they do feel a deep connection with the person, they really, really open up a lot. They can even sometimes open up too much. These people also really tend to appreciate and love independence. They love to be independent themselves, and they really appreciate and admire people that are independent themselves. An instant way to put off an Aquarian is to show them that you're a dependent, needy person. There is nothing that despises an Aquarian more than neediness. The most surefire way to get an Aquarian to stop being interested in you is to nag them and be needy towards them. The most surefire way to get an Aquarius to be interested in you is to be completely independent and to be your own person and to not need anyone else. Now, when it comes to whether an Aquarian is an extrovert or an introvert, this is very debated. Aquarians tend to exhibit both features. So an Aquarian can be an extreme extrovert and they can also be an extreme introvert at the same time. So these people have the ability to be incredibly sociable and to be incredibly open towards other people. However, this usually does not last for very long, and they do need to go back into short periods of isolation for a bit. So when an Aquarian opens up and they socialize and they show the extroverted side, they do sometimes need to return back to being introverted and to kind of just spending time on their own for a little bit so that they can rest, recharge, and recuperate themselves. It's very rare to find an Aquarian who's permanently extroverted and permanently open, or an Aquarian who's permanently introverted. Usually with Aquarians, it's a very, very fine balance between the two. So I have mentioned that Virgo and Scorpio are extremely analytical signs, and the only other signs I can say compete with Virgo and Scorpio is Aquarius. Aquarius also possesses the trait of being extremely analytical. What's interesting about Aquarians is that they are aware and they're analyzing things that you're not even aware that they're analyzing. So a lot of the times my Aquarian friends will surprise me with questions about things that I never even thought of and that I was never even aware of. But because of their keen analytical mind, they're aware of these things. So they do tend to surprise you with their hyper-awareness. One thing about an Aquarius is it can be very tricky to keep their attention onto you. So like I mentioned earlier, in order for an Aquarius to be interested in you, you must be extremely interesting and you must be incredibly independent. One thing that an Aquarius tends to do when they are infatuated with somebody is they'll spend so much attention to them and they'll give them so much time and so much love. However, because an Aquarius does tend to have a short attention span, and they can be a little bit fickle, they can all of a sudden just get bored with you and ghost you and just move on. And then you'll be left there wondering what went wrong. What basically went wrong is that you just weren't interesting enough for the Aquarian to keep focusing their attention on you. A lot of people will wonder if it's something that they did wrong or if there's something wrong with them. But when Aquarius does this to you, when they just stop paying attention to you and they ghost you, it's not because you did anything wrong, it's just because you're not interesting enough to them. So just don't take it personally, as it's not something that should be taken personally. An Aquarius person does feel emotions deep, deep down inside of them. And in order for an Aquarius person to really, really be fascinated by you, you really need to touch them in their heart and in their soul. If you don't touch them anywhere else, it's just not going to last. These people are actually extreme loners and lone wolves, and they spend so much time in introspection and in their minds analyzing everything and working through all this information that's going through their head. Although an Aquarius might seem like they're extremely sociable, it's basically just a facade and an act that they're putting on, and these people are mainly lone wolves. A very interesting thing I read in one of Linda Goodman's books says that the way an Aquarius thinks is how the world will think in the future. Now this basically means that an Aquarian has an extremely futuristic way of thinking, and their way of thinking is completely different from anybody else. Aquarius tends to see the bigger picture. They tend to see how things are going to evolve into something. They do not look at the little minute, minuscule details all around them. I can say that a very, very big portion of Aquarians are geniuses. They are so intellectual and they are so clever. However, a large portion of these genius Aquarians can come across as a little bit insane because they have such out there beliefs and such interesting, crazy ideas going through their heads. Another very interesting thing about Aquarius is that they're very good at dealing with people who have mental illnesses and anxiety. And Aquarians actually have the ability to aid people who have depression and to soothe people who are going through anxiety. And when a person is going through an hysterical mental episodes, an Aquarius is actually able to calm them and to guide them and to help them. Very few other signs in the zodiac have this ability to calm other people down so much like what an Aquarius does. These people are also incredibly liberal and understanding, and they do not tend to keep themselves in a box, and their mind is basically an open book. They do not judge what other people have gone through, and they also will not judge and ridicule other people's beliefs. One thing an Aquarius does despise is being seen as closed-minded, and these people want to be viewed as open-minded and intellectual by everybody. These people also tend to get along with people from all walks of life, so they'll get along with people who are rich, people who are poor, people who are old, people who are young. Aquarians are basically open to friendships with any kind of person, regardless of who they are or where they come from. It is also said that Aquarians will have some of the most crazy experiences throughout their lives. A lot of crazy out there situations and experiences will come to these people, and basically anything can happen to them. A sign that Aquarius really gets along well with is Libra, and the reason for this is because Libra represents peace and equality, and that is also something that Aquarius strives for. So when an Aquarius person meets a Libra person, they can really see eye to eye with each other in terms of their worldviews. Another interesting thing I also read about Aquarius is that Aquarian men are so observant over the person that they're in love with, that if you have freckles on your face, he has most likely counted every single freckle on your face, and he can most likely tell you how many freckles there are. And the last thing I want to say about Aquarius is that when you do win their heart and when they are in love with you, they will be completely loyal, completely devoted, and completely faithful to you. Because when they do find the person that they find the most interesting out of everybody, they will not let that person go. So thank you guys for watching my video on why I think Aquarius is the most humanitarian sign out of all the signs in the zodiac. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to let me know anything in the comments, please do so. And if you want to see some more astrology videos, definitely hit that subscribe button. I will be adding the links to my social media in the description below, as well as my Fiverr if you are interested in following me or getting a reading from me. Definitely keep an eye out for my Pisces video. I hope you guys stay blessed and stay well. See you guys next time.